on Instagram. Going live on Instagram, and we do not have a microphone. Hold on, microphone, please work for me. Microphones, assemble. Let's see, we do not have microphone. There we go. It's a chord. I need a new chord. Welcome to Saturday Night Jaw Harp Live, where we are playing jaw harps and jaw harp style musical instruments from around the world. I've been playing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some more chunks, a little more chunks, some big more chunks, some harps I made. Start off with the Mohan. Listen to Trees. Oh, that's a cool name. I like that name. Tyrone Zone 5 is hollering at us from the UK. It is what time is it? 2 a.m. there. Randy the Kilted Trucker says, ready to get our JARP on in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Oh, hello. Just some guy loves the Mohans. Yeah, I probably have more Mohan harps than any other harp in my collection. I have 50-ish, maybe 40 to 50. I probably have 25 or 30 Gorka, which is my next in line of the most harps I have. It is 2 a.m. in the UK. Oh, wow. Yeah. Hi from Maine. Is MA, is that Maine? I think that's Maine. Wooden Game says, hey, man, long time no see. Hello. And Listen to Tree says, hi from East Missouri. Oh, cool. What's the weather been like in East Missouri? Here in Kansas, we got some pretty heavy rains last night for like an hour. The streets actually flooded for about 50 feet. All I could see is just water in the streets. And it came a little ways up the driveway, but we sit up pretty high. So Maine is M-E. Massachusetts. Oh, cool. Have a mustache hair. I should have trimmed them before this. I trimmed them on Thursday night, but not since. I could hear it as I was playing. It was going. Zzz, zzz. Raul Fraguza says, "Play some Metallica." I used to have a whole bunch of Metallica CDs when I was a teenager and onward and into my mid-20s. Woodman Gabe says, I'm graduating high school and just 1 week away. How exciting is that? Oh, that's super exciting. What are your plans for after high school? There I'm just really enunciating out, really pressing out on my diaphragm. A lot of the times when I'm playing like that, I'm over exaggerating my breathing with my diaphragm, and it has an effect. I'm not sure what exactly is going on there when you really enunciate with your diaphragm, but it does have a certain feeling and a certain effect to the harp. Yeah, that was a Rajasthani Morchung. Another one I've really been enjoying from Mohan. I think this one is referred to as the micro. There's one size smaller than this, the nano, which is absolutely tiny. This is either a small or a micro. It was originally from Texas. I mean, cowboy times. Oh, no, not originally from Texas. It predates Texas, the United States, predates most countries. I think the oldest archaeological forms of these styles of instruments are from the Altai region of Russia, and they're over 3,000 years old. However, They may go back way further into history because the styles of harps back then, the 3,000-year-old one from Russia was carved out of a horse rib bone. But all over Asia, there are these found. This is the susat from Papua New Guinea. The people of Papua New Guinea went there, I think, 50 to 60,000 years ago. So it's unknown if they came up with this on their own or if the mouth harp just kind of spread. You'll find like the kerinding in Indonesia where it's bamboo or palm. So yeah, these instruments are they're old like the flute and the drum is. When an instrument's that old, they tend to spread around the world. But yeah, they were played by jaw harps, Jews harps, mouth harps were played by cowboys, I believe, on cattle drives because they were small and compact and available at like trade posts and stuff like that. Just some guy says, Kinwald Susap. Oh, good eye. Yeah, my favorite Susap I played, actually, the only Susap I played, were made by Steve Kinwald. I really like the Steve Kinwald, especially the big ones. He's got a big ornamental one he's doing for me. It still isn't finished yet, but yeah, as for cubing too, my favorite cubing, I played a few different makers worth of cubing. My favorite cubing are made by Steve Kinwald. This is cubing. Correct me. Comment below, actually, if you know what country the cubing is from. Oh, yes, Tyrone05 says, yes, the didgeridoo is also the oldest instrument too. Yeah, didgeridoos go back tens of thousands of years. Comment below if you know how old they think didgeridoos are. But yeah, didgeridoo is a super, super ancient instrument, which I think the didgeridoo is also referred to as a yadaki, I think. Okay, just some guy says cubing is from Indonesia, isn't it? Tyrone05 says cubing is from the Philippines. I think you're right. We're saying it's from the Philippines. Well, this one was made in Japan. It's the only one I've seen with the curved handle. I talked to Steve on getting some more made like this. He says it takes really special bamboo to make this. It's got to be old and it's got to be super hard. Boston Perp says hello from Belgium. Oh, hello. How is the weather out in Belgium? I've enjoyed some of your fine ales. I've had some good triples and doubles from Belgium. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, the Mohan Micro. Woodman Gabe says he's pursuing his dream career of being a firefighter. Oh, cool. Well, best of luck with that. That's an important job. LOL King says hello from the land and under. Oh, you're in Australia. What part in Australia are you? And y'all got some real cool wildlife there in Australia. You got some real serious spiders. Is it spider season? We're having spiders come out in Kansas, and I absolutely love the spiders. But there's really nothing poisonous or harmful here in the United States, save perhaps maybe the brown recluse, which brown recluses aren't that bad of a spider anyways, and the black widow. And black widows are not aggressive at all. But you down under in Australia, you got some big aggressive spiders down there, I do believe. And Tyrone05 says the didgeridoo has many names depending on the Aboriginal area. Oh, yeah, that would make sense because, yeah, Australia, that's a whole... Isn't that a continent? Isn't Australia so big that it's its own continent? Which I don't know if that's accurate. We don't get a lot of spiders in the house until autumn when the weather turns cold. Yeah, in the house I'll find grass spiders, wolf spiders, house spiders, and some brown recluse spiders. Those are the only type of spider that I'll normally kill because brown recluses do breed like crazy. But all over Kansas there's brown recluse. Just some guy says jumping spiders the best. Oh yeah, dude, for sure. Like if I picked up jumping spiders before, had them crawl on my hand, and then watched them. One time, one did a cool little dance and tried to bite me, but a jumping spider could not bite through the tough, callous skin of my fingers. Yeah, jumping spiders, they have like faces and their eyes just seem really pronounced. Anthony says Indian Mochung is 1,500 years old. Yeah, it probably even dates back further than that in history. But yeah, and Mochung is the Mochung, the Morsing, and the Gogona all played in India. They're still in use. You still hear them in music and in movies. Just some guy says, yeah, they have similar vision to ours and can recognize faces. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, it seemed like the jumping spiders I've handled before were studying me, looking me over. even that same technique I was doing there. It's like you. Unman Gabe says, is the Dan Moy jaw harp a good one to play? Yeah, Dan Moy, for the money, are really, really, really sensitive instruments. However, you want to avoid being rough with them. I can't find my favorite Dan Moy. My favorite Dan Moy are the double tongue blunt ones. See if this one still plays. And Neptune Shackleton came out with a really good video on the Dan Moy, because when I play the Dan Moy, they oftentimes get bent, but you don't want to pluck them forward and you don't want to pluck backward. You want to pluck with the grain, so kind of toward it and out. And he says, in doing that, and you can also use your hand to make that motion too, so you're not just moving your thumb, and that will preserve the life of your Dan Moy. So yeah. Oh, evening. Sean.Jones says evening, Jimmy. Yes. Be sure to follow Sean.Jones. He makes some really cool harps. I'll see if I've still got. Yeah, I do still have. I still have your bass. I've been playing your bass off and on. And you did provide a good comment or good feedback on hot water. I've always suggested like hot soapy water to wash harps with. And he said that stainless steel, correct me if I'm wrong, has more expansion potential when it gets hot. And he said one time he had left a stainless steel harp in a car, and it actually ended up spreading the gaps when it got hot. So don't if you're going to use hot soapy water, I would use warm soapy water, not something super hot. But yeah, I did not know that about the stainless steel. But yeah, Dan Moy is a good. Nomad Harper says he just made 3 harps for me. Oh yeah, the Sean.Jones the Jones harps, they're really good. And Tyrone05, who's on, I've got 2 streams growing. Tyrone05 says, Nomad Harpist, anyone? I think that is username. Yeah, Nomad Harpist just commented he got 3 harps from Sean.Jones, because we're live right now on the Instagram and the YouTube. So yeah, you just got name dropped. So be sure to follow Nomad Harpist, Sean.Jones, also Tyrone05. LOL King says, I unfortunately got the Snoopy harp, but chipped my tooth. Oh yeah, stay away from those Snoopies. Snoopies are no good for your mouth. And there's a simple hack you can use to lip play almost any harp. If you get one of those sliding 6-inch bar clamps, I think they're $4 to $7 at a hardware store, and clamp those around your harps, you can clamp them on flat-fretted harps on the corner, or use 2 thin wood shims and clamp it on there. And then the mass, the increase of the mass, which I got that idea from Waylon Harmon, you can increase the mass of a harp and play pretty much any harp off your lips. Yeah. Even if you got a chipped tooth or you don't want to put the harp against your teeth, you don't have to with that hack. My kid says, heck yeah, I haven't seen your vids in forever. Oh, yeah, still jamming, still releasing content. I try to get 2 to 3 videos out a week. Most of them are short form, but I do try to get 1 to 2 to 3 long forms up a month as well. I haven't been doing much on Instagram and TikTok. I just find that my videos and everything seems to go farther and do more on the YouTube. Jawharp says teeth guards are great for those who fear chipped teeth. Can you comment? Do you still get the same effect of having the harp against your teeth when you're playing the instrument? I really like how when a harp's well balanced, it doesn't transfer vibration like, say, a Snoopy does, but a jaw harp, even one with a really flexible reed, I can feel that vibration kind of resounding in my entire head. Just some guy says, that descending tone is sick. Oh, well, yeah, I'm just using a Dan Moy here. And what am I doing there? It's like I'm going, But without vocalizing, I'm at the end, it's like I'm Evolution says, what do you think is the best jaw harp to get as a beginner? Even if you don't get a harp from the harper.com, just go over to the harper.com. They have an excellent beginner section that talks about different beginner harps, and you can watch demonstrations and see them played. Beginner harp is just going to be an affordable, good quality instrument. So go over there, read, and do some reading, look at some pictures, and watch some videos. And that I hope that helps. Somebody said, did you ever get your hands on one of those heavy duty Dan Moy? No, I haven't. I haven't gotten any of those. I've seen some of those with the heavier handle. I don't know if the actual Dan Moy is thicker, but yes, I have seen those. I have not gotten my hands on them. And then Sean Jones. We had him tuning in. Here's a Sean Jones deep untuned bass. I got some more harps from Sean Jones. Going to be doing an unboxing here up and coming here pretty soon. Then I'll get them sent over to the harper.com. But yeah, these are ones he did a force patina on. Just some guy says, yeah, the heavy ones are much thicker, very bassy. Oh, cool. Now, is that the round one with the 2 and the 3 on it? What kind of instrument is that? It says Alejandro Rodriguez 3. Jaw harp, Jew's harp, mouth harp would be the broad term for this. However, around the world, they have a different name. Now I'm hitting an outstroke and kind of a mute there, so it's kind of happening at the same time, and you're on yow. Shadow Wolf 28 says, can you do the hacker music, please? I don't know what the hacker music exactly is. Can you do throat singing while playing? Well, I'm not a very good throat singer. However, I do some meditation with some throat singing style breath work. But yeah, I can vocalize a little bit through a harp, but you kind of got to find a way to harmonize with the harp. If not, your singing or your vocalization kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. Because the jaw harp, it is an overtone instrument, so it's creating a fundamental that's one thing. So anything outside of it that's not complementary kind of tends to stick out a little bit. Just some guys. Oh, cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'll try vocalizing. Sometimes I'll just do some weird guttural mutterings while I'm playing. See, there's a lot of tones there that I was sticking out. There was one time I just kind of synced up with it and it became one thing. Can you chime on the jaw harps? I don't know what chime on the jaw harp is, but yeah, the biggest harp I have in my collection is probably the Megatron 137, the Plekhanov harp. I think there's one left at the harper.com. Here, I'll get the Plekhanov 137. That's a giant. It's either that. Where are you? Where are you hiding? There you are. Well. Yeah, probably the Plekhanov 137 or the Oleg Niga holotrope. I have had one of the Oleg Niga harps that is his Orbit, which is a huge version of his harp. It looks like his regular style. It looks like the same exact frame here, only giant and big. I ended up giving it to Porky Miller. I'm like, it's just too too big for me most of the time. But most of the time, I'm not playing super big, deep basses. This is probably one of the more ornamental harps in my collection. That or the Amensionov. Do you, Tyrone05, do you get comments from people saying Rayman GTA Heist on TikTok? I get a lot on YouTube. I don't really ever check my YouTube or my TikTok comments, but on YouTube I do, because there's a better way to track it on the YouTube. It's a lot easier for me. Yeah, lots of Rayman, Gibberish Jungle. I think was just part of Rayman. Red Dead Redemption. Lots of comments on that. I think I've seen one or two GTA Heist songs or comments, but not many. But most of them have been Red Dead Redemption or Rayman. Was somebody in GTA Heist? Was they playing it? Was it a non-person character playing the jaw harp, or is it a part of the music, the background music? I'm interested. Decimal Author says, I just bought a jaw harp a few days ago and I'm waiting on it to get here. I seen your videos and had to try it out. Oh, cool. What harp did you get, Decimal Author? And these giant bass harps, they're not fast players. You got to wait for them because they have a longer swing. And anytime I start playing it aggressively, I don't time my swings out as much. Think of it like if a ball or a swinging back and forth. There's places where you can hit it where you can help it, and there's places along that pendulum where it's swinging back and forth where you hit it where it kind of hinders it or can cause it to wobble. What if you were to pick a favorite instrument? What would it be? It would be definitely the jaw harp is my favorite instrument for sure. But that's the instrument that I play, so it would make sense to be my favorite. We'll end playing one of the other Indian morchung makers. This is a Gorkharam or Gorkharam peacock morchung. It's probably one of my favorite by Gorkharam that I played. Gorkharam passed away. I think it was it 3 or 4 or 5 weeks ago? Decimal Author says he got a Pavel Pokin. Yeah, Pavel Pokin, that's a solid starter harp. I still play mine from time to time. I don't know where it's at. I used to keep it within grabbing distance. But yeah, solid harp. Some of them are really melodic and some of them are more rhythmic. But yeah, for the money, Pavel Pokins are pretty solid. Also, my sister likes Meister Jean now. Meister Jean, be sure to follow him on YouTube, wherever he is, because Meister Jean, he's got some really cool videos. I don't know how to spell it, but that Yog, it starts with a Y and it's a big long word in another language. That video, look at that, and I might share it later, is really funny. Boo Sith 7 says, love the shirt. Is it Gemini? I'm not sure. Yeah, it says Gemini on it. Is that what it says? I got it from a Curiosity box. I really like the Curiosity boxes that Vsauce puts out. Vsauce makes really good videos. If I can suggest any starter video for a Vsauce video, it would be Vsauce is cereal soup. That's why the Vsauce videos really go down the rabbit hole on language and all sorts of stuff. Hi from Abington, UK. Oh, what time is it in Abington, UK? Hello. Does having braces affect playing? That'd be a great question for Tyrone's Own. I believe that he has or has had braces and plays the jaw harp and does so very, very well. So that might even be an individual question of if you can play the jaw harp and have braces. However, you can also play a jaw harp with your lips if you have a way to counterbalance the weight of it. Like in my video, if you search here on YouTube, just look up the term, look up the phrase no teeth jaw harp, and it'll come up with the video. Anyways, just fascinating instrument, mouth. Yeah, everything affects everything on the jaw harp. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up with that. Thank you to everyone who showed up. We had such a great live, and I really, really enjoy all the comments and being able to just play the jaw harp and talk to other people. I love y'all. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more harpery. Make sure to keep your harps clean, keep them dry, and keep them oiled. But most of all, be good to each other. I love y'all. Harp out.